What's up? What's up, New York fan base? I know y'all boys is hype. I know y'all hype. Welcome to Philly Uncensored Sports Podcast. For some reason, we got pulled in, suckered into covering the Knicks because we vowed that whoever won, regardless, we was going to continue to do podcasts. So here we are.
Yeah,
Nonetheless, I like playoff basketball, so I don't mind
yeah.
popping in for a few minutes. It's me and Tim. I don't know. Ethan, I think he's still on vacation. I think Wayne, I don't know. Wayne has got a million excuses. I think he's still salty about B um not showing up in the fourth quarter, but that's neither here nor there. What's going on, everybody, so far in the chat? What a game. What a game. Knicks win 130 to 121. Knicks is I gotta get these boys props. They irritating.
But you got to.
They irritating. But I gotta give them props. I do want to hate them a little bit, but especially Brunson, man. My goodness, and don't give me. I don't want to hear nobody talk about TJ was throwing him up. Brunson was making love. He was doing whatever he wanted to anybody. It's nobody. TJ makes it look good because he fall around, he jumping around, and he Brunson bump into him. He fall back and run back up. Like he do this stuff to make it look like wow, he's really doing this thing.
He's doing good.
It's a lot. It's a lot of theatrics.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, it's it's the comparison. Like I said with Dellavedova with Curry. Remember, Dellavedova doing the same thing. Running around, throwing his hands around, throwing his body all over the place, and this, that, and the third. Well, Brunson, listen, TJ can't stop no Brunson. Nobody can stop Brunson right now. This is the reality of it. And this makes Brunson so hard to stop because then if you try to double Brunson, you got DiVincenzo, who all of a sudden can't miss. DiVincenzo can't miss. I like DiVincenzo because I liked him with Golden State. He a hooper. I liked him in Villanova. But I don't never remember him playing as good at Golden State, bro. This boy hitting all the big time clutch shots. This is crazy. I mean, crazy. Heart looking like I mean, this boy looking like he didn't make the All-Star day. So how many players didn't make the All-Star team? These dudes is looking like perennial All-Star players. This is crazy what I'm saying. I mean, but as his label, he's not afraid. I give you that. But ain't nobody. My thing, listen, I'm not knocking TJ because ain't nobody stopping the boy Brunson. All I'm saying is the announcers is like, well, get TJ in the game because TJ ain't nobody stopping him. The reason why he had to get the other boy because TJ don't want to shoot the three. He can't really shoot it, and he don't want to shoot it. The other dude can knock the three down, which in turn stretches the defense. That's why the three is so important in today's NBA because it stretches the defense. But so I'm not really hating on TJ. I'm just the reality is what it is. Ain't nobody stoppable. So they doing all this. They lose OG. So I'm thinking, okay, OG down. They got shot. Nope. Wrong. Hart, Brunson, Harkenstein, DiVincenzo. It's saying everybody, somebody get hurt. They not only do they play their game, but they play the game for OG. Like they elevate their games. This is I ain't never seen that like this. It's like you don't even miss nobody. This is crazy. I gotta give New York props, man, and I gotta give Tibbs props. He coaching them up. They balling. I mean, I don't even know what else to say, bro. They doing their thing. This is. I think the Pacers are going to go back home and regroup, but right now, my goodness, man, these Knicks is whew, boy, oh boy. I'm impressed. I'm irritated and impressed at the same time. What's your thoughts?
I feel the same way. I think you said it pretty much everything. I mean, first of all, OG came and he was real dominant that first quarter. I mean, actually the first half, he was that team. He was that team for them. Halliburton, I thought Halliburton played really good the first half. He had 22 points.
He was hooping.
He needed some help because he had 22 points in the first half. They was up by 10 at the half, 10 or 11. And so, but that Knicks team is just built differently. I mean, think about it. Jalen Brunson went out the end of the third quarter around the 3-minute mark. Didn't even play in all the second quarter. Didn't play one ounce of the second quarter. Came back and said he suffered some type of foot injury. Didn't matter. because when he came back, he had every shot that he needed to make. And that's when pretty much that's how the Pacers actually got back into the game, is when Brunson went out. But his counterparts, they did their job. Everybody did. That's why I titled the video "Total Team Win for the Knicks," because it wasn't just one person. It wasn't like Jalen only played 32 minutes a game, but OG was phenomenal. And then Hart did what Hart do. And then DiVincenzo, he has some big buckets.
28 points. I didn't even realize he had that many points.
Yeah, he was balling. I'll say it was a total team win. You cannot and it's crazy because everybody keeps saying when we always talk about Embiid, we're like, we're not gonna win without Embiid. Every other team wins without Embiid. Why can't we win without Embiid? That makes no sense. Like,
but you gotta, you gotta get winner players.
Yeah, that's what you got with their center. That center, what's his name? Harkenstein. Mm-hmm. He's earned my respect through the series. This entire last series and this series, he's been playing just as good as any. I guess outside of Joker, but he's been playing very, very well. Man.
No, he has. I mean, shout out first and foremost. Shout out to you, Iboka. Thank you, bro. He said, "Are you more impressed with the Knicks, Hart, or Brunson as a player right now? You got to pick one." It's close, but I'm picking Brunson as a player. I think everybody knew Brunson was a good baller. Everybody knew he was a baller. Like, but Dallas, like, he okay. He doing his thing. He showed you flashes of brilliance. Man, ain't nobody expect this, bro. Like, I know people want to clown some of the.
Is he the greatest small man you ever seen?
No, he still ain't been no AR, bro. Calm down, relax. Listen, don't get caught up in the moment.
I'm just saying what he's done.
I told his Brunson. AR carried the team to the finals. He ain't even at the finals yet. This is what we gotta relax. Like, right. Don't make me start hating on him.
Based off of the first two rounds of the playoffs.
No.
Has he the scoring there? Because no one can stop him.
Listen, bro. Listen, I told him. I told him.
He's 6'2".
Okay, Steph Curry's 6'2". So you taking him over Steph Curry?
As far as scoring wise,
stop. This is what we do. Like the Knicks fans don't see. Now I'm about to get that. Brunson is doing his thing. Let's not get carried away. It's in the second round. Steph Curry carried his team to 2 championships legitimately without KD. He carried his team to 2 championships. Now we gonna act like this boy is on par with Steph Curry. Relax, like he on par with AI. AI carried an injured, banged up team all the way to the finals in one game versus the Lakers, who didn't lose all playoffs. So let's relax with this.
We've been putting 6'5", 6'6" dudes on top on him, playing him, and no one can stop him.
Listen, Steph Curry got double and triple teamed. Steph Curry is 4 or 5 people ran at him, and no AI got double triple team too, and AI was averaging. AI scored 2 50-point games in the Eastern. No, was that the Eastern Conference Finals? No, that was the second round against Toronto. Scored 2 50-point games, and then beat the Milwaukee Bucks, who had Sam Cassell, Ray Allen, and Big Dog. That team was crazy. How many wins they had? They had to have about 60 wins that year.
We won 7 games.
By himself beat that team. Stop. We ain't have DiVincenzo. Angie, how many? Do you realize when the Sixers? Now I know it's a different era. Did you ever see the Sixers any given time have 2 other players almost score 30 points when AI was there? Stop it. But it makes it. Listen, I'm giving credit where credit is due. The Bull Brunson is balling, but the way these other dudes are balling allows you to let him do his thing one-on-one. It's hard to double team him.
Stop. All I'm saying is if you have to rank him, like let's we want to see how it plays out. But right now, as far as small guards, he got to be like in at least top. I'm gonna put him in the top 5 right now. I'm sorry. That's how.
What are we doing? This is what we said. Hey, who tried to? Hey, Bean Man Boy 81. Stop. Curry had a dynasty team. Stop. No, he didn't.
He did
a dynasty team until he made him a dynasty. That 73. Let me finish. No, I let you talk. Let me finish. That 73-9 team was off the back of Steph Curry. Nobody can. Bulls still hate on Draymond. Draymond's a very great defensive player. Draymond can't score a lick. Klay Thompson was the only one that Klay Thompson was averaging 22 points a game. Klay Thompson could shoot the lights out in his prime. He was solid. Name any other player before KD got there or Golden State that could do what DiVincenzo and Hart is doing. Stop it. And OG, he got DiVincenzo, Hart. They all in the 20-point range. This is crazy. By the time this series is over, these dudes all probably be averaging either 20 or close to 20 points. And how many times you see a team get 3 to 4 20-point a game scores? Come on, man. You talk about dynasty team. The way these Bulls are scoring, they're about to be the dynasty team. They're about to be the dynasty team. So you can't tell me that Brunson is doing this thing that's not lies. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, B man. I hate when people come with it's in the moment. Let's not get caught up. Let's enjoy what's happening without trying to elevate these dudes further than what they are. This is what we do. We all did the same thing for Giannis a couple years ago, and y'all New York fans wasn't here. The same thing with Giannis.
This performance in the playoffs, these first 2 rounds.
I did the same thing with Giannis, and I told y'all to calm down because he couldn't shoot. Right, I told y'all, and y'all ain't listen, and now everybody turning on Giannis. He can't shoot.
Ephraim, calm down. What I'm saying to you is compare the stats of what Brunson has done in the first 2 rounds of the playoffs compared to any guard his size. I bet you his stats is better than anybody that ever played the game.
What you say now? But listen, you got it again. I guarantee you go look at air stats. It's not. But again, my point is, the same players you're looking at, go to any other. You got to look at context. You can't just look at what the player's doing. Go to any other team and see how many other scores they had. OG is scored. Look, pull the stats up on all these dudes. They shooting lights out. DiVincenzo probably shooting 40+%.
That's all because of Jalen. You saw how they struggled when Jalen went out. When Jalen went out, that Pacers had an 11-point lead.
Bro,
when Jalen went out the game, the Pacers was able to rally. And they looked like they was going to win the game. Everybody was like, yeah, they're going to tie it up. But Jalen came back. It was lights out, and everybody looked good. The same way when Golden State has Steph, everybody looks good when Steph is around. It's the same thing. What I'm saying is take the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, compare them with anybody else in the history of the game, and I bet you Jalen Brunson come out on top. That's all I'm saying. It's true.
That's no, I don't, because you got to run the numbers on that. B-Man.
Let's get back into the game.
B-Man, nobody said they had a bunch of nobodies. First of all, you got to remember where these players are from. These players are from the Villanova area, which is a part of the Philadelphia greater area, the whole tri-state kind of mix. So we know about Hart. We know about DiVincenzo. We know about Brunson. They played in our backyard. I follow DiVincenzo because he ended up going to Golden State last year when he came from Milwaukee. So I know about these dudes. So you was listening to another show that called them a bunch of nobodies. That was definitely somebody else. So all I'm saying is, and even with that being the case, these dudes are playing better than I expected. They hooping big time. But as far as Tim was talking about Halliburton earlier, if he would have played like this last game, Indiana probably would have won. I don't know what happened to him last game. Tim tried to give him an excuse with the back and all this. No, it don't. I'm not buying it because ain't no way in the world 2 days later you come out and you what he had tonight, 29 points. He should have been doing this. So he was way more aggressive tonight, which actually helped keep him in the game and all that good stuff. But I mean, you can't get over the fact. I don't care how good Halliburton plays. What was the look at the shooting? Look at this. Look at they score 130 points, right?
Related,
Go ahead, talk about him. What he talking about?
Okay, that's relatable. What I was saying is, no, you're absolutely right. What Minnesota's doing, problems. I see them getting to the finals, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that. Also, the MVP that came out today, but we just want a little bit.
Look at this. Look at this field goal percentage. Anunoby, 28 points, shot 52% field goal, 57% three. Josh Hart, 19 points, 66% field goal. He's only 1 for 3 for 3, but 66%. Harkenstein, who gave you 14 points, 71%, 5 for 7, didn't miss.
You trying to create an argument, Nick. The Knicks
I'm not talking about that. I'm on a whole different point now.
Okay.
DiVincenzo, 28 points, 10 for 20, 50%. Brunson, 29 points, 61%. My point is, I don't care how good Halliburton played. They wasn't beat you. They just got hot, bro. You not beating the Knicks shooting like that ain't losing to nobody in the playoffs. Nobody when you shoot that well. So unless Indiana got incredibly hot and they had some dudes kind of step up, like I said, which McCall stepped up, Halliburton stepped up. The young boy, Obi Toppin, he doing his thing. He had 20 points. He was 7 for 10. He shot 70% actually. But versus now, look at the field goal percentage of the Pacers. The boy Naismith, he was 28. He had 6 points, shot 28% field goal. He was 2 for 7. Siakam, 14 points, 38%, 7 for 18. Who Turner, Miles Turner. Remember that dude? You said you'll take over Embiid, you and Ethan?
Yeah, 6
points. Yeah, 11, 27 points. That's what they said on our personal chat. Last game, they were saying they'd take him. Last game, they said they'd take him over Embiid. He had 6 points. He was 3 for 11, 27%. If he would have stepped up like he did last game, maybe they had a chance to win.
I mean, they play better at home. But
Nemhard,
here's the crazy thing about this whole situation. I'm looking, and this is Skip Bayless brought this out. He said they lost Julius Randle, they lost Bogdanovich, they lost Mitchell Robinson all this year. 2 of them in the playoffs this year, and they haven't lost a beat. They haven't missed a beat. They're a deep squad. I didn't even realize how deep this squad was.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be. At first, I was thinking they couldn't beat Boston, but I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure that they can't get Boston a run for their money.
I'll say this. If they don't get their team back, if OG can't play, and the bull Bogdanovich, if he out too.
Bogdanovich is gone. He's having season-ending surgery.
All right. Okay. If they don't get OG back, they're not beating Boston. I'm telling you right now, they're not beating Boston. If they beat Boston, I will become a New York Knicks fan. Without OG. If they go and play without OG and they beat Boston, I'm buying Knicks hat and jersey. And it's gonna be Brunson. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. But I give them right now, they doing it. They doing this next man up thing. They doing it well. They're doing it very well. This is why having having bench players who can almost be starters when you're trying to go deep into the playoffs is huge. It's huge. This is why I personally feel everybody hype over TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell to me is not a backup point guard for a championship team. He's not. He's a solid scrapper player who worked hard to be in the NBA and stay in the NBA, but he's not a point guard, backup point guard that's going to help you win the NBA championship.
I think you kind of was right about the boy Siakam. I was giving them more.
Told y'all about Siakam. Told y'all. Go ahead.
Oh, never mind.
Let's move on. Let's have to crucify me when I said the boy was suspect. Go ahead.
Let's move on.
Say what you were going to say. I'm sorry. What you saying? I missed you.
No, I was just saying. I'm thinking like he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
Okay.
So I thought it might be a possibility for us to get him, but I don't want any player that just don't got that dog in them. That's just not championship. Like I'm not going to be the reason why we lose, and I'm going to be the reason why we win. And I don't see that in him. He can score when he wants to or when he's motivated, but like this is the game where he had to even a series. Halliburton gave you 22 in the first half. You got to at least match him for like give him 25 in this game. 25, 30. He ain't doing it.
I agree. You got to. I mean, what he had, what I say he had? 14 points? That ain't good enough. 14 points. That's Tobias Harris type stuff. 7 for 18. You be killing Tobias Harris if he came with that stat line. 9 rebounds, which is cool. 2 assists, but 14 points, 36 minutes. Come on, bro. Come on. We need you to score. But this is what I said. I said Siakam is very inconsistent. This is why I said I don't trust Siakam. When y'all was like, yeah, go Siakam. I don't even like the way he finishes at the rim for a dude his size. Like it's a lot about his game. I don't feel because I used to kind of be like that with Siakam because we watch him in spurts and we'd see him in Toronto. But I had a Toronto fan I used to work with. He said, I'm telling you, really watch Siakam. He's trash. That's what I don't.
Somebody formed your opinion for you.
But I don't think he's trash. But no, I started watching him. I said, well, let me kind of observe the ball. I don't really like his game. Bo was right. I don't really like his game. Somebody said Knicks could take TJ as a backup point guard and have you hooping. No, listen. The reason look at the dudes y'all got though. Let's break down New York for a second. The dudes y'all got are athletes. This is my problem with TJ and why he will suffer and won't be and really can't contribute as much as he could for a playoff or not a playoff, a championship caliber team.
Yep.
You have to be a athlete in the NBA. Or if you're not an athlete, because I'm not gonna say Brunson is like a freak athlete, but if you're not an athlete, you better be the dead-on ball handling wizard, or you better be a sniper shooter. You gotta have something like that in your game. TJ game is just too vanilla. Like it's just solid across the board, which is a cool thing if you know that if you in regular season, if you want to get to the playoffs, that's fine. But to win a championship, being a pest ain't good enough, Iboka. It's not good enough.
We got Mikal.
Them Nova boys, them boys is athletes. Hart, DiVincenzo, they probably got 36-inch verticals. They leaping out the building. DiVincenzo, that ball could dunk almost every time. Remember, he almost banged on B. This ball hopping out the building. Yeah, them and Hart and all those. Come on, man. These boys is athletes. That's what you need. That's why they get on rebounds. They're not only savvy, but they athletic. Half the rebounds, they jumping over boys' heads. Come on, man. You can't just manufacture what they doing. You gotta be able to pick good talent. That's why Villanova won, because them boys was talented. They had a good coach.
They had great growth. It was coaching. They coaching,
and they had talent. They had talent. Bridges would be nice for Philly. Bridges should have been here in Philadelphia, and we drafted him and we traded him because stupid Brett Brown. What an idiot.
Somebody said Jalen Brunson is better than Devin Booker and Damian Lillard.
Jalen Brunson, he's better than who?
Dame and Devin Booker.
See, this is what who said that? Who said that?
It was somebody from ESPN. I forget who it was.
This is stuff y'all do. This is what y'all do. So Dame carried his team to the Western Conference Finals in a stacked Western Conference, mind you. A stacked Western Conference. Dame Lillard carries his team. Now they got beat by Golden State because Steph Curry is a different type of animal. But he's not better than Dame. He's not better than prime Dame Lillard. He's better than Dame now, but he's not better than prime Dame Lillard. Not yet, anyway. I'm not even saying he's not going to get there. But prime Dame Lillard, come on, bro. Imagine, you think Dame had these bulls on his team? Dame never. The best dude Dame had on his team was McCollum and what's the center name? Nurkic. They're the two best dudes he had on his team. Dame ain't never really had no stacked crazy team like that over in Portland. So this team, these boys is hooping, man, and they play off hooping. They not scared. Somebody said it earlier. I give them that. They right. They nice.
It was the boy Nick Wright from First Things First. He's the one that said it.
No, but B ball. I'm just saying. So what Dame is he comparing him to Dame now? He's better than Dame now. Yeah, I agree. But you make a statement like that saying he's better than Dame. What Dame are you talking about? That. I mean, the only thing when you make a comparison like that, you have to be talking about prime. Like, I mean, Dame is what? How old is Dame? 37, 36?
He ain't that old.
Dame is up there. Dame
ain't no 37.
He got to be at least maybe not 37. He might be about 35. He got to be 35.
Yeah, I think he's like 33.
Let's see. How old is Dame Lillard?
Can't be that old.
Oh, he's 33. You're right.
I'm about to say.
He got a body of a 40-year-old. They had Aldridge. They always get hurt all the time. They always go through a whole bunch of injuries and all that. Stop. He ain't had no this team is. Bro, this team is. I'm not saying Brunson is not the catalyst of this team, but these boys is hooping. They are winners. I give it credit to Wayne. Wayne always says this: you got to get players who are winners.
Yeah.
These boys won national championships in college. They got a winning mindset. Hold on, who called me a fraud? Even was so fake. If Maxey was balling like Brunson, he'd be doing the most. Why? Listen.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. Man, matter of fact, you go on the board. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to put that. Okay. Let me get at you. My mans. Let me get at you. First of all, Maxey was playing better than Brunson. The first two games, Maxey outplayed Brunson. Agreed. Brunson came back, outplayed Maxey the next two. Game 5 was the 46-point. Yes, that's the best word. Explosion of Tyrese Maxey.
I said Maxey was playing the best ball at that moment in the playoffs. Never did I say Maxey was better than Dame or you know what I mean. Like I said, you got to be saying prime Dame because I don't know why you would be comparing Brunson. Because how old is Brunson? 26, 25?
I think he's 27.
Okay, 27. 26, 27, right around there. Okay, so now you're comparing prime Dame. You got to be comparing prime Dame. There's no reason why you compare old Dame to Brunson. I just don't know why you would do that. But anyway, Maxey was balling, but I ain't going no tangent talking about Maxey the best small man we ever seen and all this. This is stuff people saying. This is what you got Tim saying. He's the best small guard in the history of the NBA. This is insane.
All right, I might have been like, I just was watching the game. And I seen what he did. Like, he went out with a foot injury, came back, and the game was his. It was his to lose. But I still think what he's done in the playoffs so far, the first 2 rounds, top 5 for a 6'2" person and below. Top 5 easy.
Yeah, B-ball wasn't close the first couple games. Brunson was off. Do you remember the first? Look at the dude. First of all,
he shot terribly in the first 2 games.
The first 2 games, Brunson played horrible. Look at the first 2 games against the Sixers. I think one game he shot like both games he was shooting 30%, maybe even 20%. He was shooting terrible. While Maxey in the second game too had a triple-double. The game that we got gagged out of when he grabbed the rebound, they pulled his jersey, didn't get the call. He fell on the ground. Nick Nurse called the timeout, didn't give a timeout, so y'all won game 2. That game should have been. This series actually should have went to 7, but that's neither here nor there. Maxey outplayed Brunson games 1 and game 2. Go check the stats. Brunson got his stuff together and ball pretty much for the remainder, even though Maxey did outplay him as well in game 5 with that 46-point explosion. That was crazy. That had y'all on tears when he pulled up and hit the long 3 to tie it up, then hit the game. The N1 4-point play to bring us down within 3, then hit the long 3 to tie the game up. Took us in overtime and won in OT. Y'all was salty. But that's neither here nor there. We talking about y'all right now, and y'all doing y'all thing, and I'm not here to rain on nobody parade. I'm not. But don't get carried away. This is only 2 games into the second round, and we talk about this the best 2 rounds of a small guard ever. He ain't even get out the second round yet. Can we get out the second round before we proclaim it?
It's over. It's over.
Okay.
It's over.
Okay.
It's over. I mean, right. You say what you want about the Knicks. The Knicks, they lost 3 players, and they still balling. It don't matter who's on the floor.
They are balling.
They coached very well. I mean,
listen, I think the Knicks is going to win a series, but I'm not saying it's over. Like, is they going to get swept? I do think this is going to win.
They might get a game.
You think a gentleman's sweep is in order?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, and then just to your point, like Jalen, he shot 20. He shot that first series. He shot 30% the first game. The second game, he shot 27%.
Thank you. I just said that. I said they shot 30 and 20 in one game. Was that crazy? It was not crazy. He was playing terrible. He was off like crazy. And what the Maxey doing those 2 games?
I have Maxey stat.
Okay. All right. Well, pull him up. And I told you, game 2, Maxey scored 30. I think it was 35 points. He was 1 assist away from a triple-double. He's 35, 9, and 10. He outplayed Max Brunson both games. So if you go by every game, so now you still want to call that the best thing you ever seen? Now, he's been cooking since then. I give him credit. He has been cooking. But he still didn't even get out the second round yet.
One thing he do better than Steph is he actually plays solid defense as well.
He got everybody to play defense for him.
No, Jalen plays solid defense. You can't say he does.
No, it's about just as good as Steph's. Steph led the league in steals. Did the Brits ever lead the league in steals? Steph's MVP year, you know he led the league in steals, right?
Steals don't count. Man, he just gambling.
Just like blocks. I guess blocks don't count. And
no, just the steals. The steals is
okay. Yeah, steals don't count. Yeah, so you usually there's still people just hand the ball to you, I guess, in the NBA.
I never saw nobody win Defensive Player of the Year because they stole the ball more than anybody else in the league.
I never saw nobody say steals don't count either, but that's you.
Yeah, and most people agree more with me.
I never. Future got game said Knicks are not beating Boston. Boston look like a well-oiled machine right now too. They both looking like well-oiled machines, but Boston can hit you. And Jalen Brunson. I mean, we're gonna talk about. I mean, not Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brown is hooping right now.
Yeah, 15 points in the first quarter yesterday. He kind of paced them. He paces them. He's more consistent than Tatum. I'm finding it out more and more. He's more consistent. Tatum is like the money. Like he's like that draw 4 in the Uno deck. But Jalen Brown, he give it to you. He goes hard.
Yeah, he do. No, listen. I like Jaylen Brown. He is a little bit more consistent than Tatum. I gotta watch. I actually haven't, in all honesty, I haven't watched the full Boston playoff games this whole playoff so far. I've been popping in here and there, but I haven't watched. I watched the Knicks. Obviously, I watched the Knicks. But even now that we passed them, I watched the Knicks. I'll probably watch more of Dallas and the Clippers games than I did Boston and Minnesota. I've been keeping up with Minnesota. Listen, Steph is solid on defense right now. He's solid. He worked himself into a solid defensive player. Even as a couple several years ago, I know people want to stick with the old narrative. He trash on defense, blah blah blah. But players do get better, and they do increase their weaknesses, and that's one reason why Steph was able to beat Boston, because Boston couldn't take advantage of Steph. Remember, they tried to 2 years ago when they was in the championship, and Boston tried to run defenses or offensive players at Steph. They wasn't able to take advantage of them, and they was tried to wear him down and tried to score on them, and they really couldn't do it. And that's another reason why Golden State was able to win off the back of Steph Curry when everybody else was struggling, mind you.
Actually, had a couple of bad shooting nights with Knicks too. He had one game we shot 42%, the next game 38%, and then last game we shot 33%. So
42%. First of all, 42% for a 6'2" guard ain't bad, but he did. Good. He did. It's in the middle.
It's not really in the middle. It's the lower end of the middle because it. 45, 40.
Most guards, look what Brunson's average shooting field goal for the year. I guarantee you, and it's not even me looking at it. I guarantee you, Jalen Brunson probably for the year is around 44 to 45%.
45 is good. 45 is good for a guard. Shooting
42,
guard.
42 is like one missed shot off of 45 to 50%. You realize
because how many shots you've taken.
But you're saying in the game.
But what I'm saying is, it's not. It's okay. It's not really great.
It's 42%. If I guarantee, if you look at how many field goals he took versus how he missed, and you add one extra made attempt, I guarantee it goes up to like 48%. So it could be just one missed shot, in one game over a course of a year. Yes, you have a point. In one game, the difference between 42 and 48% is literally one shot. Hart let Reggie have it on live TV. Hart.
What he said?
Get a fine. What he say? Beam. I gotta check that out. We gotta find out.
Don't give us half the story.
Hold on. Why he let Reggie have it? What happened? Reggie hating on Hart?
He's a pacer. That Reggie's a pacer. So he.
Yeah, I mean, but why would he let him? Why would he let him have it to that degree? He's just an announcer right now. He's a pacer 20 years ago. Like, what does it have to do with now? I don't get. I mean, why would was Reggie talking trash about Hart that you would go to the point where you might? Because he's saying he might get fined. Like, did he get graphic? What, he trying to curse him out? Like,
he said he might get fined.
That's what he said.
Oh, dang, I really want to see that.
He said the crowd said "F you, Reggie." Oh, okay. Oh, he said. I mean, I don't know. You maybe depend on if he said the whole. Did he say the whole thing? Pacers missed 7 free throws. They should have played Toppin more. They did miss a lot of free throws. X-Man. I did want to mention that too. They missed some free throws coming down the stretch, and guess who missed 2 of them in a row? Siakam missed 2 straight free throws. I think when they fouled him, it was like 2 minutes left in the game or something like that. Y'all, man, your boy, y'all Sixers saved you that y'all wasn't so bad.
No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Here's this is the only thing about the Knicks that I feel sorry. Tom,
what's that?
Tibbs, he's gonna run them into the ground. There's no reason why Josh Hart keeps playing every minute of the game. Like, he's playing 48 minutes. They said so far in the playoffs, he only sat down 15 minutes out the entire game. Now you're in game 8. Game 8, he sat 15 minutes. He's gonna take time off of this young boy career just because he's trying to all in now. Them type of coaches, they're not good for you for the long haul. That's all I'm saying.
That is true. I mean, you do gotta that's the one thing that you do gotta be cautious of doing that. How many minutes you give a player. Like, Josh Hart just played 4 straight games the entire game. Like, how sustainable is that for one? And how smart is that? Because the more you play,
he's going to be good. He's going to be good all year long. I'm talking about this is long time. This is in another 3-4 years.
No, but I mean, but look at OG. Didn't OG just pull a hamstring? Is that how many minutes was OG logging? Like it can catch up to you this year. Like
it could. It very well could.
Bro, these guys remember players nowadays, and I know everybody hate the whole what's it called when you rest somebody, the whole load management. But you think about it, these players, when you 5 years into the NBA, when you 8 years after, you would play more basketball than the previous 20, 30 years ago player who's 5 years, 8 years deep, because they been playing all these in the mural games when they young boys, all these little AAU games, and now the weight training is involved. So you put more strain on your tendons, you put more strain on your ligaments, you put more strain on your muscles. Eventually, if you keep running this Ferrari at red line, you gonna burn the engine out.
Yeah,
I don't care how good you think these dudes is built. You gonna eventually is going to catch up to you. So is OG Anunoby a prerequisite for what's going to start happening to the other players from playing so
much? X-Men make a good point. He did the same thing to D Rose.
Yeah,
it's like you getting the results, but it's at a cost.
At a cost, yes, I agree with that. I agree. You gotta be careful how much you running your players. What
These coaches don't care. All they care about is we trying to win, and you're the best player out there. We're going to run you to the ground. But now when you're trying to get that last contract, you out the door.
Yeah. I mean, Magellan, whatchamacallit, McBride, how many minutes I know he didn't even play that. I think the first game he played 10 minutes. I missed the whole first half of this game.
I don't think you fully trust the boy McBride, to be honest with you. He only played 20 minutes.
That's pretty good amount of time. But McBride couldn't miss against us. He was like Steph Curry, at least Klay Thompson. Against us, he couldn't miss. So all of a sudden, what's happening now? Is it his defense? Is his offense? What he not giving them?
He played today. He played 7 players. I'm not counting Alex Burks. He only played 1 minute. So he had a 7-man rotation. But like Josh Hart, 48 minutes, DiVincenzo's 44 minutes, is not going to last. Because remember how Larry Brown used to be like that, remember? And then when we got to the finals, we lost all our men.
Everybody get hurt.
George Lynch gone.
To say
Matt Geiger gone. Everybody was gone because they just it's almost
everybody was banged up. Everybody was banged up. You can't run. And this is why your bench is so important.
Yeah.
And I know
trust your bench. You gotta trust them.
You do. And I know the playoffs, you normally tighten the bench up. You ain't running 10 deep no more. You running 8, maybe 9 at best. I understand all that. But I never in recent history seen a player play 4 straight games, the whole game. That's what Hart just did. He played, it'd be 3 straight whole games. I don't know if he did game 5, but I know game 6 he played the whole game, and game 1 and game 2 so far he's played the entire game. That's crazy. That's crazy. A 6-man rotation not beating Indiana in the long run, and Darshore ain't beating Boston. Yeah, that's going. I don't see that either. I don't see that either. I mean, I can see injuries start piling up. This is maybe this is why they got so many injuries and people keep getting hurt. At what point are you not going to see it maybe a little bit of a flaw in that theology of you playing players that hard and running them that long? We'll see.
It's some old school coaches, to be honest with you.
We'll see. Eric 215. He said the refs be killing opposing teams at MSG. It was just like 5 versus 8 when you play the Knicks there. Yeah, I mean the refs.
Correct.
Tonight
they seem like a little even today.
Yeah, today didn't seem as bad. Like I said, I didn't see the first half. Today didn't seem as bad, so I'm not going. Yeah, I do agree with you, Wells, seasoned gamer. The refs called a decent game tonight. It did. Even when they called the double dribble on board, they end up taking it back. They talked it on Harkenstein and then ended up pulling it back because he definitely didn't double dribble. He might have carried a little bit, but it looked for a second he might have kind of turned it. But I seen Hart. They showed Hart walk up the court, and Hart literally went like this with the ball, and the referee standing right next to him, and ain't nobody calling it. So they don't call carry no more in the NBA. So they was cool. I can't hit on the refs tonight. They even though Minnesota coach, what's his name? The boy Indiana coach Carlisle. He was going off crying about that double dribble call, but it was like, bro, it wasn't a double dribble. Like I know he's like, oh, if you make a call, you got to call the call, but it was a wrong call. Like, don't be mad because the refs made somebody made a bad call. The other refs hung together. Was like, bro, listen, that wasn't a double dribble, bro. Back off this one. You can't be mad that the refs stepped in and correctly made the call. That's dumb for you to get mad about that.
Yeah.
But if Brunson gets injured this series, most likely. I mean, yeah, he's the catalyst right now. He's the Steph Curry. He's the AI. He's the Dame Dallas.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. So if he get hurt, yeah, they definitely. I mean, they gonna put up a valiant effort probably, but yeah, he get hurt, they done. But this is where you gotta be. Now he gives Jalen Brunson his rest. Jalen Brunson probably take his rest. Jalen Brunson like, my ankle hurt. I'm going to sit down for a minute. Like Jalen ain't done. See, this is the difference too. Jalen got a pop who in the NBA. I'm telling you, Jalen Pop be giving him game. Like, bro, get your rest in there. These other dudes they gonna hold it down. They not trash. They gonna hold down. Go get your rest. Don't be doing that goofy stuff and playing the whole game in there. Somebody needs to tell Josh Hart Pop needs to come to him and be like, yo, bro, listen, you just sit down for a minute because you gonna end up getting yourself hurt.
Yeah. Adrian Joy, this is a good statement. He said Philly gave New York Brunson, which we did, and New York gave Philly Saquon. So it's all good.
We should have had Saquon from the rip out of Penn State, but
exactly. We actually gave y'all Saquon.
Yeah. We just take it back as ours. You like OJ when he stole back his trophies.
Yeah.
We take it back with rightfully ours. But Brunson that's what I'm saying. Brunson got his rest in there tonight. Brunson get his rest. Brunson, he did his game too. Remember, he tweaked something for a minute and sat down. I'm telling you, he probably just be saying, because when he came back in, he didn't look like he had no foot injury. I'm telling you, Brunson, his dad is giving him game. His dad, when you got a dad who played in the NBA, they know all the little secrets and how these coaches do too much and all that. His dad giving him game, I'm telling you.
I'm sure, I'm sure we could have traded in the 35 and the 36 pick and moved up to the 31st if we wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, nobody knew, even in college. Like, I watched Brunson in college.
But you knew they was playing. Even if you didn't think they were starters, you knew that they was in our backyard. So they should have been the first person like, okay, with these second round picks, we can go, we're going to move up. We're going to take somebody from Villanova because we knew them. We watched them. They played some of their games at the Wells Fargo Center.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I still don't think nobody knew he was going to be this, though. You could tell he worked on his game. But again, it goes to say, when you got look at some of the last greatest players in the NBA outside of like LeBron James. A lot of these dudes had old heads. Look at Kyrie Irving. His step pop was Rod Strickland.
Rod Strickland, yeah.
Look at not step pop, but his godfather. The Bull Curry, dad in the league. Brunson, dad in the league. Kobe Bryant, dad in the league. That means something, bro. When you got that type of training and you around these dudes, they giving you game. Not only your pop is giving you way more advanced training, they could hook you up with way more advanced trainers. Like that stuff.
Edwards, Jordan.
They're gonna stop trying to put that on Mike. But I'm telling you, that means something, bro. Like even in the NFL, you see a lot of fathers. I
think Mike wanted that to be true, by the way.
Huh?
Mike wanted that to be true.
Oh yeah, he wanted to be true.
He
loved to be true. His actuals, the ones we know, ain't holding up. I mean, they one of them tried to play the NFL or something like that. Like they had some athleticism in them.
Yeah, messing with Scottie Pippen's wife.
That's still goofy, but lames didn't want to hoop. Who didn't want to hoop? Who's the lames you talk about? Didn't want to hoop. But and Morey we trust he'll build the team right. That's what.
At the 5 years, and you still saying and Morey we trust.
Yeah,
5 years.
He better do something.
And he has never gotten an NBA championship.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Before we get out of here, because I do want to wrap this up, but before we do, that Minnesota series.
Let's talk about it.
Is it over?
Yeah, it's over. It's not over like a sweep over, but you win the first 2 games in Denver decisively at that. It's over, bro. They got. I think you posted that video with Rondo said, right? Was that
I
you?
don't think I did. No.
Somebody posted on our chat the video with Rondo, and he was saying, and this is way before the playoffs even started. This is actually why Cat was hurt, and they asked him about that Minnesota team, and he said the one team I think is built. He was actually talking about Denver, and he said the one team built to stop Denver is Minnesota. He said because they got two bigs, and what they're going to do, you can throw all kind of bigs at Joker, and you can also use another to protect the rim, and that's exactly what they're doing. One of the things that Denver feeds off of is that backdoor oop to Gordon.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's all over that. They all over that. And they giving Joker fits. He had his worst playoff game yet, game 2. What he had? 16 points. I mean, they everywhere. They everywhere. And Ant-Man didn't even go off game 2. And they still got routed. So yes. I know people want to have faith. And I called Denver win the championship last year, but it ain't happening this year, bro. Minnesota will win this series.
Now, what about the MVP? You okay with him winning MVP tonight? The Joker for his third MVP.
I don't think this is the problem with the MVP, right? Could Joker legitimately win 3? Yes. His stats and numbers, he almost averaged a triple-double throughout the season. Those are MVP-worthy numbers. They were the second best team in the West. Second best team in the West. Or third, second or third. Yeah, they were second. With that being said, the problem with the MVP is, Murray is locked in purgatory too. I seen your comment. He's snapping.
Yeah.
But the problem with the MVP is more players should have won 3. For the simple fact that a lot of other players didn't win 3, and then you see who's better than Joker. Then you see Joker win 3. It's like, what? Like, how he win 3 and Kobe ain't win 3?
Yeah.
How he win 3, Shaq ain't win 3. How he win 3? How many LeBron win? Did LeBron got 3?
And he got 2.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. So how you win 3 and LeBron got 2? Bron is the only player for real, outside of the Kobe stands that really say it's either Jordan or Bron. It's really 2 people naming the greatest conversation of all time. So you mean to tell me that Joker?
LeBron has 4. I'm wrong. Somebody said LeBron got 4.
Okay, if he got 4, then okay. Bron got 4, then I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But 3 is still a lot for the Joker, bro. It's still a lot. That's putting him up there with Kobe, Shaq, the Diesel, putting past Curry. Curry got 2. So now Joker got 3. Curry got 4 championships. Two he legitimately carried. I don't really like to count the KD's wins that much. I mean, they won. He was still, in my opinion, the best player on the team. I know people are trying to say KD, but I think it's obvious now who is the best player. But that's neither here nor there. He has 2 legitimate championships with him as being the clear-cut best player. And the last one, he pretty much carried Golden State to the finish line.
Yeah.
He only got 2, but Joker, who has 1 championship and now possibly might get swept in the second round, got 3. The math ain't mathing, bro. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I appreciate y'all for coming and joining us tonight. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Watch some of our old videos. Y'all don't even got to watch them. Just play them. That's how you can contribute to our channel. All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back after the next Knicks game. We out.
Deuces.